There has never been a time in human history when man did not seek to dominate another. As the French philosopher Joseph de Maistre remarked in his St. Petersburg's dialogue, the spiral of violence and conquest is the only true constant in nature. But in the 21st century, this barbarism seems behind us. We've reached what Francis Fukuyama famously called the end of history. An era where liberal democracies have supposedly triumphed in the free market of ideas. Man has become a rational being, liberated from the ills of its barbarism past. Cogito ergo sum. But have we truly evolved? Has man become a creature of pure reason? Have we subdued the beast within? Or is it nothing but a naive delusion? Hello everyone and welcome back to the Hemisphere. Today we're gonna continue our exploration on Brazil's place in the emerging global order. To understand Brazil's future, we must first grasp the ontological nature of geopolitics. In Land and Sea, German philosopher Carl Schmitt conceptualized geopolitics as the primordial struggle between the peoples of the landsmensch, and the peoples of the seamensch, echoing the mythical battle between the Leviathan and the Behemoth. This conflict between the forces of chaos and progress, the Leviathan, and those of order and tradition, the Behemoth, has shaped all of our world history, from Rome versus Carthage to the world wars. Each geospatial revolution, he argued, gives rise to a new international order, its laws and norms shaped by the prevailing powers. This is the new Nomos of the earth. Law not as written text, but as the living order of our time. Justissima Tellus. Brazil emerged at the dawn of one such geospatial revolution. Its discovery was not merely part of an economic or political expansion of seafaring empire. It marked a cognitive shift that culminated in the Enlightenment. It was the age of reason, of progress, of the Faustian spirit. As Oswald Spengler called it, a restless will to transcend, to expand, and to dominate. As we mentioned in our last episode, Brazil began as a coastal civilization, deeply connected to the sea, much like its mother, Portugal. But over time, it expanded inland, forging a second identity, one rooted in the land. Curiously, these two identities, maritime and continental, never canceled each other out. Instead, they coexisted in paradox. It is often said that there are two Brazils. One is coastal, urban, liberal, and progressive. The other is rural, interior, conservative, and tradition. This duality is seen in everything: culture, economics, and even electoral behavior. It breeds a numbness about national identity, turning Brazil into a union of convenience rather than a nation grounded in Volksgeist, the spirit of the people. This urban-rural divide is not unique to Brazil, but here it runs so deep that the country often seems like an amalgamation of nations, stitched together by a bureaucratic state, disconnected from its past and uncertain of its future. So, where does one go when they come from nowhere? It's a difficult question, but we may already have the answer. Brazil must first look inward. Recognizing the reality of our nation is the starting point for any meaningful civilization project. We are not destined to remain lost sailors in the ocean of chaos. Though the storm is upon us, we must navigate by the stars of the past. Not to repeat its mistakes, but to build something new. Too many conservatives and traditionalists fall into the trap of nostalgia, while progressives often discard the past entirely. Both are wrong. Our ancestors followed the Southern Cross, letting the stars guide them to this tropical paradise. Likewise, Our past must illuminate the path, not as a source of repetition, but of inspiration. We must reclaim our soul to reconquer Vera Cruz. Nations are not saved by systems. There is no perfect formula. There is only one path to build a country worth fighting for. And that fight for the soul of Brazil is the foundation of our sovereignty. Brazil is a nation of contradictions, and that gives it a unique role in global affairs. Despite being a signatory of countless treaties, Brazil has no clear geopolitical alignment. Its constitution promotes non-interventionism and emphasizes regional integration with Latin America. However, in practice, despite the legal provisions, Brazil remains largely inactive in taking on a leadership role in South American integration. But this neutrality is more inertia than strategy. It's a symptom of our inability to embrace a serious role in global politics. We are a country adrift, cut off from our founding myths. Whether it be the Faustian manifest destiny of the early Portuguese explorers, or the nativist frontier spirit of the Bandeirantes, Brazil has not forged a clear civilization mission. Two opposing geopolitical forces pull us in different directions. On one side, the Eurasian bloc, Russia and China, champion a return to traditional values and anti-Western nativism. To them, Brazil's European roots are a symbol of Western decadence, best to be forgotten. On the other, the Western blocs led by the United States pushes for full integration into modern liberal capitalism, emphasizing Brazil's European heritage while dismissing the deep native identity built by the interior of the country. Ironically, both see our duality as a flaw. Both accuse Brazil of degeneracy, either for being too Western or too backward. But perhaps this duality is not a flaw. Perhaps it's a synthesis. Sérgio Buarque de Holanda's Cordial Man embodies this. A figure torn between native emotions and modern rationality. Neither fully at home in tradition nor in modernity. So yes, Brazil is a country of paradoxes, but perhaps it is precisely because of these paradoxes that Brazil is best suited to forge a new path. In this age of collapsing certainties, we must move beyond dialects of Leviathan chaos and Behemothic repression. But perhaps it is precisely because of these paradoxes that Brazil is best suited to forge a new path. In this age of collapsing certainties, we must move beyond the dialects of Leviathanic chaos and Behemothic repression. A new synthesis must arise. We, Brazilians, are the synthesis. We are the sea and the land, faith and reason, order and adventure, Leviathan and Behemoth. Let us finally embrace our true identity, not as a colony of the West, nor a pawn of the East, but as a civilization capable of transforming paradox into power. It is not the contradiction itself that defines us, but the ability to synthesize it. And those who manage to synthesize these paradoxes will forge the new Nomos of the earth. An order not imposed from the outside, but born from within. History did not end. It has restarted. And those who realize this first will be the ones to write the new rules. As the world fractures, we must not fear the chaos. We must navigate it, as our ancestors once did. We may have long been called the country of tomorrow, but tomorrow has finally arrived. May God bless you, and thank you for watching.